Semidero en New York, todavía no tengo semidero en New York.
We're right here with Mr. Stefano Alcantara, and today we're about to tune this Exactor, the old school coil machine for Stefano. And we have like about 1, 2, 3, 4 lives going on today here at FCON headquarters. So, what's up? So after so many years of working with the same machine,
Tranquilo.
after so many years working with the same old machine,
Chimpum.
okay, so here we go. He's about to replace this machine that's been around. It's been around for a long time. We're gonna replace it. We're not replace it because he's gonna keep it, but we're going to upgrade it to the newest technology in coil machine. So I'm actually doing this machine for him right now. And he switched. Ooh. And the other one? He had another one.
Well,
So,
you already showed that one.
oh yeah, no. This is the oldest machine probably ever existed in the history of FPL, and he owns it. Okay, so this is the very first. Actually, no. This is actually version 2.
Yeah.
The oldest one was the other one with the Morcado.
The older one, Roar has it.
Oh, you have it? There you go. Which one?
The number 3
So this machine.
Galaxy.
Hey, how many countries have you traveled with this machine? What the places? This machine probably sold the world.
You look around the world for sure.
A couple of ways, yeah, a couple of loops around. So you got 3 machines right here, and now we're gonna go with a little bit more of new tech. Come over here, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. Now the new coil machines have actually improved. One of the things that you're gonna see that we don't have, no longer have this wing nut type of split vise. Now we have the guillotine vise in all machines. Obviously right now RCA is an option. As you guys can see, this machine features RCA, and we retrofitted the old machines with RCA. Now one thing for those that love clipboards that are actually gonna love about this machine is that this is probably the first, or maybe one of the first machines with this type of inlaid connector for the, you can see it here on this one better, for the clipboard. It's a steel connector, so it has 4 points, so you can actually enter your clipboard in any position, you know, just to suit the angle of the bottom binder. So, and it doesn't, en español, ahora viene en español,
Y en argentino, y en argentino.
En argentino, boludo, entonces agarras esto y se lo pones acá y... So, with this, because it's steel, it will last forever. Also, the inlay yoke is actually it actually has the threading to adjust the armature. So you're never gonna strip this and ruin the inlay. So that's one thing. Now the other thing that was different is that now we have a curved coil, so it has a slight curvature to the coil. So no matter how you put the bar, obviously, you know, we are assuming that we're using our bars and our coils. Everything should be, you know, up to tolerances. So you're always gonna get perfect contact, and you're not gonna get a nasty rattle. So I can actually remove this armature bar and mess around the spring a little bit, flex it, pop it in, and the machine is gonna sound like if the machine is tuned properly. So you just, and sometimes with conventional machines, this can take several minutes, you know, until you find the perfect angle, because the spring always is gonna want to do this, always gonna want to tilt to the side, or if when the machine frame was actually made, maybe it's not perfectly perpendicular. Sometimes that can be a problem. So with this new improvement that we have done to our coils, after removing the bar and twisting the spring and bending the spring, we still have a machine that sounds really good and really smooth. So it doesn't affect the way the machine performs. So right now now we are 5 volts. Now this machine is set up as a little bit more of a color putter heater. Now this one, it has the RCA, which is the one that we just finished tuning. This one is more of a very soft shader. So this machine, we can drop it down to, I don't know, look at that. 3.6 volt. You know, so check out the voltage there. So, and again, the new coils really allows to anyone to be able to tune the machine. That's actually the beauty. Of course, if you over compress the rear spring, you're gonna draw a lot of amps from your power supply. So, you know, assuming that you understand tuning, machine tuning, it will be really easy for you to tune the machine. Or sometimes you want to stroke a little bit longer, not necessarily have to retune the entire machine because of the way the coils have been designed, that it always allows the bar to hit it on the point. Now, has a slight curvature, which is minimal. It's about 5 or 7,000 of an inch, which is super thin, but it still forces the coil to always hit at a point. So by doing that, he can actually say, I want a little bit longer stroke, or shorter stroke, and he can just release it, adjust it, and the machine is not gonna lose that consistency. And that's something that sometimes can be a problem when the coil is perfectly flat and the armature is perfectly flat. When you release that coil, when you release that spring a little bit, or the contact screw, sometimes you can get a little bit of inconsistency in the performance. So again, this is a 3.6. All right. Cool. He's very picky with his machine because he doesn't like to mess around with the machine too much. Now, one thing that I'm noticing about all the machines that he's bringing, the O-ring is blown out, as you can see. And the O-ring is one more because it can become loose and then have a problem. Andres, do you need an O-ring? O-ring. It's the same O-ring. Now this one, we're gonna put a little bit of the oil. What am I saying? PDFE grease. So look it up. We're gonna clean the springs a little bit. Grease. Now another tip. One way to keep your springs from rusting is like use the same PTFE grease that you would use, A&D ointment that you would use on a customer, especially if it's petroleum based. I don't know how many of you use petroleum based, but anything that is actually synthetic based, like Vaseline for example, would actually protect your springs. So when you clean your machine, you can just put a little bit of A&D with a Q-tip, obviously making sure that you're not contaminating your A&D ointment jar. Clean your springs, and that constant
And that doesn't affect the connectivity? No.
No, because you're doing it from the outside, not from the part that touches the coil. You know? So you remove the rust, and springs that don't have rust, they actually flex better. You know, they have a better spring memory. Now, when they start getting rusty, they start losing that property, and the machine can start sounding funky. So, again, this machine has probably 3 million hours.
También 10 años, ¿no? 10 años todavía. ¿Cuándo? No, ¿cuántos años? ¿Te acuerdas cuando estaban arriba de ahí en South Beach?
Antes de eso, en el apartamento de la
Yo lo vi ya en el arriba de la tuba.
One thing for sure is that the longer you run your coil, at least your coils, the better they sound, the better they work. It's kind of like all parts mix together, everything blends together, everything breaks in. And this machine is, oh man, it's just sounding really, really good. So soft.
Let me check it out.
Well, because he has dust. So that's that. But what I did is I cleaned the coils. You know. soaks the machines on metaside. So sometimes the O-ring can snap when you metaside too much, you know. So that's why you want to kind of like metaside, but the surface with something to, with paper towel or something like that, not directly metaside the machine, you know, just to avoid rusting. But again, putting a little bit of AMD ointment on your spring and on the rear back of your armature and wiping it off, not leaving the blotch of AMD ointment, can make your springs last longer and the machine perform better. So, spring machine here. This is the other one that we built. This is the harder heating machine. Now we're going to ask a couple of questions to Stefano. How many hours do you put in your machines average? Like,
What do you mean, like
I mean, that's
holding my machine tattooing?
yeah,
or
yeah.
like,
How long you tattoo a week, for example? How many hours?
I don't know, in an average week, maybe per day, imagine 6 hours per day, 4 or 5 days a week. Like this, for example, this week I'm gonna be 6 days a week, 6 hours a day.
Stop.
Yeah, non-stop. Imagine 6 like 6.
6 times 6, 36. 36 hours a week. Wow. That's a lot of hours. 36 hours a week.
Average. Can be more. I did sessions of 11 hours, 10 hours.
¿Español? En español. Nos estamos preguntando cuántas horas él utiliza la máquina por semana generalmente. Y él exclusivamente tatúa con máquinas de Coil. 36 horas a la semana. Multiplicado por... ¿Cuántos días? 36 horas a la semana al mes, 36 por 4, 6 por 4, 6 por 4, 24, 6 por 3, 18.
144.
144, ok. Wow. 144 horas, es más o menos lo que pienso que es. 144 horas al mes, multiplicado por 12, eso me da aproximadamente, me da alrededor de 1728 horas si la matemática no me falla. 1728 horas si la matemática no me falla. Y casi nunca me falla la matemática. Thank you, Nos.
Of course.
So, 1788 horas al año. Multiplícalo por 10 años que tiene esa máquina. Wow. So that Galaxy has this amount of hours, at least.
At least. Average. Yeah.
Average. This is average. It could be more. Puede ser más de esto.
Entre 20.000 y 15.000.
Entre 20.000 y 15.000
horas.
Wow. En 10 años le metiste a cada máquina. Bueno, en total, ¿no?
Sí, claro.
Back and forth. So,
Y yo no le he cambiado nada. Cada cuánto... Y eso que lo traje porque quiero cambiar de color. No porque necesite retratar.
sí. Es más, la máquina tenía el O-ring roto y lo único fue el O-ring. Y además él ni quería que se lo cambie, pues se lo cambié porque estaba colgado ahí.
Estaba colgado.
Estaba colgado, y acá está. ¿Ves? Ahí se ve ya
En los años.
guardeado.
Sí, los guardeados.
¿Ves? Lo que sucede es que cuando se le pone, se limpia la máquina con metaside y de a poco se va comiendo la goma. Tac. Lo mejor es siempre a la máquina en el papel y pasárselo.
Yo lo que hago son los wipes.
Los wipes, ya, metaside wipes, ya.
O sea, lo que siempre hago es agarrar wipes y
Sí.
o sea, de esa manera no le cae líquido
Exacto,
dentro
directamente.
en el coil
Directamente.
y en la esto y en el fleje con el...
Claro. Porque te empiezan a oxidar las partes, entonces hay que evitar eso.
Exacto. Solo hago con el wipe.
O sea que no te vamos a ver otra vez por otros 10 años.
Por otros 10 años más o menos.
Otros 10 años.
Gracias a Dios.
Gracias a Dios. Grande, Stefano. Bueno,
Casi igual, yo te voy a agarrar.
ya
Party foul.
sabemos que, porque ya está haciendo desastre aquí, en este
Sí,
área,
ya.
ya está rompiendo todo.
Como niño chiquito.
Steph,
que
muchas
boto
gracias
todo.
como siempre.
A ti gracias.
Amigazo de años.
Desde que éramos flacos,
Desde
¿no?
que arrancamos, desde que éramos flacos. y desde que teníamos pelo negro en la cara.
Desde que teníamos canas, claro.
Desde que teníamos
No
canas.
bien, no tenemos ni barba.
¿Eh?
Inver, ¿vieron?
Ya ni pelo en el pecho teníamos.
No, todavía no.
Gente,
Gracias. Ya.
Give it to Gaston. How do you stop?
Full engagement and
We
YouTube.
need to stop this one.
Okay, we're still here. Okay, we're gonna continue for a little bit longer then. Le voy a dar un view del assembly line, just in case, to those that wonder how many people work here building machine. We got technicians, not machine builders. We got real technicians. This guy have built microscopes, electronics, cell phones, you name it. So that's their background, technicians. So they understand the technical aspect of it.